You're listening to SM Media, the home of exclusive West of Scotland Football League content. Hi folks, and welcome to the latest episode of the SM Media West of Scotland Football Show. I'm Scotland Pike. It's an absolute pleasure to be your host as always. I'm delighted to welcome this week's special guest. It's a pleasure to welcome on the manager of Lanark United, Daryl Meikle. Daryl, welcome to the show, mate. It's a pleasure.
Thanks a lot, mate. It's good to be on.
No, it's a pleasure, mate. I'm looking forward to this. How are you? Can I understand you've kind of taken the job kind of round about kind of August time? What's your kind of feeling been in at Lanark for 3 months and kind of the overall kind of setup of the club?
It's been good. Obviously, we've been off to a good start, so that's obviously helped us. But it's basically a lot of changes happened. When we took over, obviously we went to 18 players. There was already the squad in there, so it's been difficult in the sense of like getting boys games and all of that, because obviously every game is important. It's all league games, but we're getting to a stage now where we've kind of got a settled squad and we're ready to hopefully try and kick on. Sorry, mate.
What about the kind of like obviously the kind of way the club were kind of going for a promotion last year and coming in that early in the season? Was there a kind of target you were given, or was it just kind of, as you say, try and get the squad in an order and things like that?
It was a strange one really, because obviously last season they just missed it in promotion, the back end of last season. And then this season, I think it was 2 points for 5 games. It was a complete polar opposite. And if anything, the squad maybe looked a wee bit stronger. Obviously, lost the striker went to Sunra, so it's been a big loss. But the expectations were probably a wee bit higher than where they were. Well, a lot higher than where they were. But obviously, when we come in, with the way the league is, it's a tight league. So MD can beat MD. So we knew that we could make up points if we could put a wee run together. And obviously 7 league games in, we've won 5, drew 1 and lost 1, and we've put ourselves right back in the mix to try and get promotion.
And you look at obviously the league is it's one of those leagues that's very, very close, but you look at the first thing that kind of leaps out is the kind of cup performances, like putting out the likes of Neilston and putting out Cambuslang in the south, and then beating Maryhill away from home and things like that. There's a lot of really good cup results in there. What is it about the cups kind of before Saturday that were really kind of driving?
Obviously, the cup competitions were good for us. We got on a wee run, as you say. We've played the draws were pretty tough draws. We had them. Obviously, we had Marquette first game. That was the first game we came in. We got a good result there.
Yeah.
That got us off to a wee flyer, and then we had Cambuslang at home. We won that, and then Maryhill away. I was very impressed when we played Maryhill. I'd say they're probably the best team we've played this season. Obviously, Saturday, but they were very, very good. And we got a good win there. A wee bit of a smash and grab, but it was a good result. And obviously, we got the day out on Saturday. It was a terrible result. Obviously, 6-0 wasn't ideal, but at the same time, it was a good experience to play County for the Lowland League, and hopefully we can learn from it and then go again this Saturday against Bells Hill.
Yeah, and obviously there's some really good league results in there as well. Like away to Irvine Vicks, 1-3-1. Like as you say, like going to Les Mahay, going 1-1-0. Kello 4-2. Home to Kilsyth, beating Port Glasgow in your last league game. League's been good as well, but it's one of those leagues where you need to have a good run, and you're on that run just now. What's the kind of thoughts and how competitive that league is?
It's been tough at every game. Even last weekend we played Port Glasgow, who's themselves been struggling.
Yeah.
So they just appointed the new manager, so they got a wee bounce for that. But we're 1-0 with 5 minutes to go, and you know what it's like. You're just waiting in a corner, a free kick or anything, and it's 2 points drop. But fortunately we held on. But it is a very, very tight league, but that's a good thing as well, because it means when you get a bad result, you know you can make the points up. If you go on a run, it's back in your hands, because at the end of the day, not everybody's capable of winning every game. As you see in the league, like MD, there's no gimmies in the league. Obviously, Kello was struggling at the start, but the last few weeks have been picking up results, and now it's a real competitive league.
Yeah, really competitive league, and like again, I'll get your thoughts on it later on when we look at the action over the weekend. Saturday, obviously, was the South of Scotland Challenge Cup. You've played Cowdenbeath. It was always going to be a step up in terms of the kind of league level. I went to Lugan Trinent and I thought the kind of same thing. Like it was a tough opposition, but it's one of those where you kind of look back and kind of down the line and see like it is a good experience, as you say. It is a day out. It's what the beauty of the cup. And did you just kind of feel that, even though it was a kind of tough day?
Aye, obviously it was good to go and play at Cowdenbeath. Obviously, there wasn't long ago they were in the championship, but the result was extremely disappointing. Even though Lowland League and that, we were very disappointed with the result. 35 minutes in, we were at 0-0, and I thought we had a slight chance, and then we gave away a very soft goal for the first one, and then I think we just, I don't know, a wee bit of disappointment or something, just crazy 8 minute spell where we conceded another three before half time. And against teams like that, there's no way coming back. So we went for maybe getting in at half time 1-0 down. I think we're still in the tie to, right, let's shut up shop here and stop this by going 10, because the players that had it was capable for that to happen. And that was what the team talk was at half time basically, is damage limitation here, let's try and get down this road respectable.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to kind of run through some of the other results in the South Challenge Cup for West Teams B, the defending Premier League champions, they get beat 3-2 at home to Rob Roy. Massive result for them. Auchinleck, they lost 3-0 away to Broxburn Athletic. Cumnock United are out. They lost 2-0 at home away to Caledonian Braves. Rutherglen beat Heriot Watt 3-1 away from home. Big result for Cowannon. They beat Albion Rovers 3-0. Ashfield beat Largs 2-1 away in a all-West clash. Trinent obviously beat Lugar 5-0. Johnson Borough, big result for them. They beat Musselburgh Athletic 2-0 away from home. Huge result for Pollok, 2-0 at home to Linlithgow. And St Cadoc's 2, East Kilbride 5, Troon 3, Thornton Hibs 2. So there was good results kind of in some cases. One result I want to touch on though was Shotts 2, Glenafton 1. Shotts obviously kind of doing well in the first division, but another difficult result for Glenafton Athletic, and they parted company with their manager Mark Roberts over the weekend. Difficult circumstances. Obviously, it's been a bit of a kind of difficult season so far for Glenafton. That's 2 managers now out the door. How big an appeal was that club like Glenafton? Like obviously, kind of being kind of near the area, knowing it really well. There's a lot of kind of encouragement to try and get good results, and they're in a difficult position just now. But it's a massive job in the west of Scotland for anyone that takes it, isn't it?
No, definitely. One of the big clubs in it, in the junior game, West Scotland game, everybody wants that job in it. So hopefully somebody steps in and they can start to get a bit better results. But a great result for Shotts nonetheless. John's built a right good team there, and hopefully they can maybe get up to the Premiership next season with the way they're going now.
Yeah, it's a brilliant result for Shotts, and obviously we wish kind of Mark and Gary the best after their job at Glenafton. Eye-catching result. I want to get your thoughts on Bees 3-2 losing at home to Rob Roy. That's a massive result for Rob Roy.
Aye, definitely. Beef are flying. Obviously disappointing result in the Scottish the other week, but apart from that, they're flying, and they won't be too happy to get another cup, I don't think.
Yeah, they're still obviously in a good position in the league. Just another like Pollok winning as well, home to Linlithgow, winning, beating Albion Rovers. West teams are doing well against Lowland League teams like us. Like you see it there, Pollok beating Linlithgow, winning, beating Albion. There's going to be a couple of occasions this weekend in the Scottish Cup where that could be serious, but they're winning and Pollok. It's home results, beating good Lowland League teams, big results there.
Ah, definitely. I don't think for the Premier and to the Lowland, obviously, maybe take out East Kilbride for there, but I don't really think there'll be much between the rest of them. Obviously, I think Gartcairn played the Uni Stirling the other week as well and got a good result against them. I don't think there's much in it. Obviously, when you come down a wee bit, the gulf's there, but the teams in the Premiership are more than capable of competing with the Lowland League, and I think you'll see that again this weekend, hopefully in the Scottish.
Yeah, we'll get your thoughts on that later as well. We'll move into the kind of league action over the weekend. Start with a big result at Arthurlie. Arthurlie now, Darvel 3, double for Jordan Moore and a goal from Graham Wilson. Darvel now up to second in the league there on 24 points with 13 games. Arthurlie 11 points with 12 games. They're sitting in 14th. People were writing off Darvel the past few weeks, but they've obviously beat Beath at home. They've got a big result against Arthurlie over the weekend. Jordan Moore, the kind of big money striker, scoring a double. I mean, that's a huge bounce back for what looked a tough position 3 weeks ago, but now big results and they're no going away.
No, they've put us right back in it. Obviously, sometimes when this transformation of the team like that, when they're selling a few players, it pulls everybody together as well. And obviously, they've still got a right good team. It's all right, they've lost McShane to Gart Cairn and Riley to Gart Cairn, but at the same time, they've still got a good group of quality players there, and they'll fancy their chances to really kick on now.
Yeah, I think it's a big result as well. Atherley as well. 11 points for 12 games. It's going to be very tight, kind of at both ends of the table. We know that, but I don't think there'll be panic stations at Atherley yet. I still think like they've had a pretty decent start. In all honesty, like they'll be wanting obviously to get more wins on the board, but it's a really really tough league.
Oh, definitely. It's hard to pick up points. A lot of very, very good teams in that league. But when at home games, you need to try and pick up points, and obviously, they'll be disappointed to lose at the weekend, but they'll just need to go again.
Yeah, absolutely. Back-to-back hat tricks for Michael Mullen as Hurlford beat Cumnock 5-2. That puts Hurlford into 7th place. They're on 18 points from 11 games. Cumnock 15 points for 12 games. They've got a massive game on Saturday. And Michael Mullen, he's finding form.
He's scoring a lot of goals, and it's keeping them up the table as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they're sitting in 7th. They were 4-0 up at half-time as well. So it's a big when you get that fast start, it just puts you in good stead.
Oh, that's it. If games half time, you're up like that, it's keep the ball second half in it and see the game out.
Yeah, absolutely. Gartcairn 2, Clydebank 2. Big comeback for Clydebank, actually. They were 2-0 down at half time to Gartcairn, coming back to get a big point, still puts them 4 points clear at the top. Gartcairn in 5th. These are two sides. It was always going to be very evenly matched, but it shows a good bit of character for Clydebank to come back for 2-0 down.
Aye, definitely. I think they'll be happy with the point there for Saturday. Obviously, Gartcairn's been on a good run as well. They've been scoring a lot of goals. New signings are obviously having a big impact on them. But at the end of the day, a point away from home, you're 2-0 down at half, 2-0 down, you'll take that all day long.
Yeah, you certainly will. I mean, big game on Friday night for them as well. They host Arvin Meadow. Arvin Meadow, another tough afternoon for them. They lost 3-1 at home to Benburb. They remain bottom. Benburb, though, up to 4th in the table. Goals from Jordan Bowe, Mason Durham, and Declan McDonald. Benburb's start has just been phenomenal.
Oh, different class. To be up there fourth with obviously a very good team, but you probably wouldn't expect them to be as high as that at this stage in the season. Credit to them, they've done well to get there, and hopefully they can maintain it.
Yeah, and it's that as well, like with Benburb sitting 4th, like they've got a really young squad, but they've got a terrific management team who've obviously got a plan in place, and in a tight league to be sitting 4th in November, I think is a phenomenal achievement for them so far. We worry for Arvin Meadow, as I say, just there's obviously losing Kyle Faulds to Pollock's a big loss, but it's going to be tough. They need to get some wins on the board quickly.
Aye, definitely. They're starting to create a wee gap down there, and that's not what you want in that league. Because obviously, as you say, points are difficult to come by, and when the gap starts opening, it's very difficult to close. So hopefully, we can maybe start getting a couple of results so they don't drift away for the rest of the pack.
Yeah, that's the thing. And obviously, just getting some kind of Kyle Faulds a difficult player to replace. But we'll move on to talk about the first division. Blantyre, they go joint top of the table. They drew 1-2-1 against Maybole. Kerry McDonald with the goals. Blantyre as well. They're no flashy, but they're getting wins on the board, and they're now in a really good position.
Aye, they're always the same. Blantyre, they're always very well organised, hard working. I know Jones is the captain down there. He's a very good player, and they've had a really good start down there at Blantyre.
What do you think of that league? Just looking at it, like we say this every week, but I mean, there's only between with Drumchapel and Blantyre in top. There's 8 points between 1st and 10th.
Oh, it's ridiculous how tight it is, and I think you could probably say the same with the majority of the leagues. Yeah. They're all very, very tight, and as I say, it's a good thing as well because when you drop points or a bad result, it's not the end of the world. It's not as if the 3 points are going to be difficult to make up. You know, if you win 3 or 4 games in a row, you've got to make up probably more than 3 points. You make up 4 or 5, but it's really, really tight up there. Obviously, Drumchapel's had a great start as well.
Yeah.
Shots are right up there as well with Kilwinning.
Yeah, Kilwinning. Like Rutherglen, Petershill, they had a disappointing afternoon. They lost 2-0 at home to Neilston. So we bit of a bounce at Neilston in the past couple of weeks. Like obviously they've got the caretaker in, Thomas Kelly and Dylan Duddy with the goals. To go to Petershill 1-2-0, that's a huge.
I didn't expect that at all.
No, I didn't see that coming either.
I think Nielsen, but as you say, the one last week, he got a last minute winner against Form in the Cup. And then to go to Petershill and wins, a cracking result for them.
Yeah.
And we needed it as well because they were starting to get in that danger zone, obviously still there, but they're climbing up a wee bit now.
Yeah, huge result. Renfrew, there's been a wee bit of a kind of boost at Renfrew in the past couple of weeks. I think that them bringing in the boy Skinner for Vela Clyde's a huge bit of business. He scored again, 4-0 away, one over Whitlets. I think Renfrew, just that wee boost, I think has just been a wee bit of a switch on for them.
He's a very good player. He was come on against us when we played Maryhill. He come on the last maybe minutes or something. He was very, very quick. I think he had a wee hamstring injury that day, but when he come on, he just totally changed the dynamic of the game for them. And obviously, I think last week he played against Cambuslang, scored two and set up. I scored one, set up two, and get man of the match. So obviously, had a good impact there. And then he scored again at the weekend. He knows where the goal is, and he'll score a lot of goals for Renfrew. And it's probably just propelled them up the table a wee bit because they were struggling there, and that's them get 6 points for the last 2 weeks. So we'll be happy with that.
And they're up to 10th in the league there, 17 points with 14 games. And as you say, it just puts them in a decent position now. Whitlets, on the other hand, they're in a bit of bother, I would say. I mean, no kind of Ryan's just took the job recently. Ryan Caddis is in there. It's looking a difficult job for him to turn that round.
Aye, definitely. When he went, I was quite kind of expecting the results to pick up, but obviously it's a tough league, and when you're moving teams midway through a season, it's difficult. It's not easy to bring boys in, and even bringing boys in, you need to bring them in and hit the ground running. So obviously he's found it difficult, but hopefully he can get a couple of wee results soon and give him a fighting chance to try to stay up.
Into the second division, it was all. I mean, this result is huge. I think this could be a massive statement. Ardrossan were 2-1 down at home to Maryhill at half time on Saturday, combating 1-4-2. Mark Curra with a double. I think that could be one of those results we'll look back at the end of the season and say that's the point where Ardrossan could have put their case for promotion.
Aye, definitely. They've had a great start to the season, and to come back 2-1 down, Maryhill's off the back of a few good results as well. I think another week was it Cumnock beat another week as well, and then they beat somebody out there, didn't well, Maryhill. But Ardrossan, they're creating a wee gap there now, aren't they? Obviously Cumnock's got the 2 games in hand, but they're creating a gap between the rest of them now, and they'll take a bit of catching. Scoring goals for fun as well. I think that's 45 goals in 15 games. I
mean, you've got the likes of Mark Curra and Aidan Ferris as well, with just the Ryan Wilson. They've got a lot of really talented players, but at the other end as well, bringing in Martin McDonald for Stranraer. I mean, he is a top level goalkeeper. Just to have him in, I think they'll do pretty well, and I think they'll be hard to stop. Kilsyth moved up to third. They had a really impressive 2-1 away victory over Vela Clyde. Tony Hampson and David Waters with the goals. I think Kilsyth have been a side that we were expecting to do pretty well, but when you see them up in third now, they're really motoring.
Aye, they didn't have a great start, but obviously they've picked it up recently, and they've beat a lot of the teams at the top as well. I think they've beat a few of them recently in the past couple of weeks, and that shows that they're there to stay. When they're beating the teams at the top, it's alright picking up points against them down the bottom, but when you're beating your rivals, obviously it's 3 points gained, isn't it? And they've been doing that recently.
Yeah, they obviously beat Cumbernauld 3-0 at home last week, so that's another huge result for them. We've got a managerial change. We saw Ross Wilson leaving Bonneton over the course of last week. They obviously went away to Muirkirk on Saturday. It was the under-20s kind of management team that took charge of that game, led by Nathan Ross, and they got a 2-2 draw away to Muirkirk, and that's quite a big point for both sides, actually. I think both sides were quite happy with that.
Aye, we played Muirkirk early in the season in that cup, and they're a good young side, really good side actually, very fit, mobile, and the manager's done a good job there with them to keep them. Obviously, they're sitting there middle of the table doing all right. Bonneton manager's just come in, will be happy with it as well. Probably a perfect game for him coming in for the 20s, with playing against the young Muirkirk side, but obviously, good result, good point away from home, innit?
Yeah, it certainly is. Glasgow Perthshire have been on a difficult run up until a couple of weeks ago, but they had a big 4-2 win away to Bonneton last week and a 4-1 win at home to Forth on Saturday. And just a result like that, they have struggled a wee bit recently, Glasgow Perthshire, but it's a huge win to get on Saturday, and back-to-back victories, I think will do them no harm.
that's all it takes. Sometimes when you're on their runs, you just need a wee bit of luck. And even the mood at training, the Monday, Wednesday, or whatever you're training during the week, and you get a win on the Saturday, it's night and day, innit? There's a wee buzz about the place, people's put in the wee bit extra, and then that's what can kickstart a good run of results. But when you're down there and you're struggling, you can't get a result, you usually find luck's in the way as well. Things go against you, and it's a long week, but obviously it's good to see them picking up 2 wins in the trot there.
Yeah, it certainly is. We also saw Martin Mullaney scored a hat-trick for St Anthony's. They won 5-3 at home to Wishaw. And St Anthony's, again, just when you've got a player like Martin Mullaney who can score 3 goals like that, it's a huge 3 points. But Wishaw will be, I mean, to score 3 goals away from home and no get anything out of the game, they'll be gutted. But it's one of those games, isn't it? It's 2 really tight sides, and a bit of difference that a striker like Martin Mullaney can make a difference.
Oh, goals are crucial for you, and it's somebody that can score goals under pressure and it pops up out of nowhere. That's what climbs you up the table. But Wishaw, they're in a wee bad run themselves. They're struggling a bit now. Obviously, they get to change your manager a few weeks ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, and it's probably hoping for the results to be a wee bit better. But hopefully, they can turn around sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they did start. The new manager did have a couple of good results, but they have struggled the past few weeks. I don't think they've won in the last 6 games in all competitions. They beat Ardrossan as well, so it shows you, again, it just shows you the realistic thing of these leagues. Like Wishaw can beat Ardrossan, but 100%.
They can beat Indy. That just sums it up. Aye, that's right. Wishaw beat Ardrossan at home, innit? Wishaw played Beltane, and that's the thing. At their home park, Wishaw, it's a tough, wee tight park, and can be quite rough and ready in the winter months. But they've a good result for them against Ardrossan, but they'll be looking to try and pick up some points and keep them in tabs with the rest of the teams, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yoker are up to 8th. They won 1-0 at home to Glasgow Uni. Glasgow Uni have been struggling a wee bit, but big 3 points for Yoker again. It just keeps them in the kind of contention. They're sitting mid-table. They've been fairly solid. 20 goals scored, 20 goals conceded. They've been fairly solid. It's been fairly consistent for Yoker.
Aye, they're definitely still in it. Obviously, it's, as you say, there's not really much point separate. Even if you right down to Craig Mark there's only 7 points to Caledonian Locomotive in 4th, so it's tight. And as you say, 0 goal difference. They're not getting scalp remedy, they're not getting scalp remedy themselves, but they're competing.
Yeah, absolutely. Final result in that league: Larkhall 2, Caledonian Locomotives 2. All reports, this was quite a frantic affair. There was a missed penalty, there was a red card. I think there was a few shocking refereeing decisions according to both sides. But one of those games that you'll see at this level, it's just that it can be frantic.
Oh, it'll be frantic, especially at Larkhall as well. It's good wee ground. Always usually got a decent crowd at Larkhall, and obviously they're off the back of the good cup results and just struggling a wee bit in the league. But for the team they've got anyway, but I think they've been struggling with injuries. Like I think last week I've seen they only had 13 or 14 players, and they'll be hoping to get a wee bit of luck and get players back. And I'm sure when they do get players back, Brian will start getting results again.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move into the 3rd division. Few big games over the weekend. We'll start with the big game between the top 2 at the time. Bellshill versus Glasgow United. You'll probably have an eye on this result. We're obviously coming up against Bellshill next week, but 5-0 home win for Bellshill. Jack Curry with a hat-trick. And I think Bellshill, huge result for them, and I think that it obviously puts them 5 clear at the top. They've got 3 games in hand, and the Irvine Vicks and Greenock who are sitting below them. They could be a hard team to stop.
I think they've all but secured the promotion with the start they've had, albeit there's 18 games to go, but they're flying, and credit to the management team there. They've done well, they've done really well. And the community as a whole at Bellshill, I think since the changing room fiasco a couple of years ago, they've really pulled together and they've built a good setup there, and they're well supported week in, week out, and it makes a big difference. Obviously, not only financially, but even at the game, you've got the big crowd there. It helps, and it was a massive result for them. I didn't expect. I fancied Bellshill to win, but I didn't expect them to win 5-0, to be honest with you.
Nah, it's one of those. Like, obviously, Glasgow United have been emoted and they've got a lot of really good goal scorers, but I didn't see 5-0 coming, and it's the same with the next game as well. Irvine Vicks against Greenock, two sides in good form, and they've been playing quite well. You don't expect Irvine Vicks to be beating them 6-0 away from home. I know Irvine Vicks have got a lot of good goal scorers, but it shows you like this league can be very close, but also when you've got a lot of really good goal scorers like Kyle Crawford with a double, we know the talent Irving Vicks have, they can really put anybody to the sword.
Oh, that's it. If you're not at it, you could be 2 or 3 nothing down before you know it, and that's probably what happened to Greenock at the weekend. As you say, I didn't expect that at all at Greenock either. I thought Greenock, I actually fancied Greenock maybe to get a result there, and
Yeah, I thought
they
that.
went. I think they were, was it 4-0 at half time or 3-0 at half time? It was 3-0 it was. Sorry, I
Three
lost
now
the
at half time, yeah.
Um, and to be honest with you, it probably could have been there watching them, but they'll be happy with that, Evan, because obviously I think they had a few bad results there as well, Evan. I think they'd lost 2 in the spin, maybe 3 in the spin, and they were. But aye, good result, puts them right back up in there, innit, in second place.
Yeah, they obviously they lost away to Glasgow United and then lost to yourselves a week before, so that'll be a big win for them. Big 3 points, and obviously Greenock. I think a lot of credit's got to go to Greenock. I think they've had a really good start. They've been a team that I did not see doing as well as they have so far.
No, I think after the first couple of games they were struggling to, weren't they? And then
Yeah,
they had a right good run there. I think they won maybe was it 5 league games in a row or something. They
yeah.
won, which was very tough ask in that league, and fair play to them. They've put themselves right in the mix, and that's all you can ask for at this time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Big result for Vale leaving. They were 2-0 down away to Girvan. Come back and won 4-2. Ross Cameron with a double there. And Girvan, I think Girvan Vale leaving, you'd probably have seen that being a tight game, but to be 2-0 down and come back and win 4-2 away from home is a huge 3 points.
Oh, massive. Girvan's been really strong at home this year as well. I think they've had, even the cup competitions have had a few good results. I think Glasgow United was the only team that's went down there and won. They're just off the back of beating Bells Hill last week as well. Was it
Yeah,
4-3?
you're right. Yeah, you're
Beat
right. Yeah.
them. So they're very, very strong at home, and Vale even will be happy to come away there 4-2, especially when 2-0 down.
Yeah, 100%. Finar are up to sixth. They won 3-1 away to Les Mahago. Les Mahago, obviously, new management team in there. Finar, I think they've moved about 4 or 5 places. Finar up to sixth. It's again, we'll keep saying it, big 3 points.
Aye, Fanata, we played them maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago up at Lanark. I was quite impressed with them. They're a big, fit, strong team. Bit of quality up front, very honest team, hard working, and aye, they'll be up there or thereabouts at come the end of the season. I'm sure. I'm sure they've just signed a couple of players as well. I think they've just signed Don Scott, the goalkeeper, and another one, so they'll be definitely up there come the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Port Glasgow, new management team in there, and they started with a good result 5-3 win over West Park United. Puts Port Glasgow, they actually overtook West Park with that result. They're up into 14th with 10 points for 12 games. West Park, 9 points for 11 games. And again, two sides, when you're at that kind of stage of it, there's a wee bit of gap when you look to Kilsyth, but both sides will be looking at that, desperate for a win, and it's a home side that will come away with 3 points.
Aye, definitely. The new manager in there, obviously, he was in last week. It's been a few weeks now, but obviously it's good to get the points on the board. Now, there's a wee gap, still got the games in hand in
Yeah.
Kilsyth, that as well. And all it takes is 2 wins and you're right back in amongst it, innit? But obviously, West Park will be disappointed, especially after the cup result the week before, where they maybe hoping for a wee bit of momentum. I think they beat fourth in the cup the week before, so disappointing for them, but great result for Port Glasgow.
It certainly is, yeah. Kilsyth and Kello drew 2-2. Kello, obviously, they had a really tough start. I think they really struggle for players, and they've got a wee kind of run going there. I think they're unbeaten in the last 3, if I'm right in saying. So, big result for them. They beat Glasgow United at home, drew with Greenock away. They actually lost to Ardale last week, but again, it is just a case of like when you've had that tough start, try and get as many points as you can and just see what happens. And if you've got players back, then I mean they could just go on a run.
Oh, definitely. We played them maybe 7 or 8 weeks ago, and I was speaking to the manager about it, and he just said basically the team they had, they've still got most of the players for last season. It's just they've got that many injuries in there that they're struggling, and they're just hopeful that when they come back, they're still in a position, as you say, to try and stay in the league. And obviously, to beat Glasgow United at home, then go away and draw with Greenock, they have got something about them, and hopefully it's a wee turn for them because it's not nice seeing teams drift away down the bottom of the league like that either.
No, certainly not. I think that probably the form team in the fourth division at the moment is Royal Albert. They won 5-1 at home to Knightswood. I think they've won the last 4. They beat Kello in the cup. They've had a really, really kind of good turn in fortune since the new management team came in. And I think like they're sitting in 14th now, but they are the sort of side who could go on a massive run because they've just had a massive boost in the past few weeks.
Obviously, I know Connor well. He ran when we had the amateur team. He was with me, and he's done a great job for his two cover there. They're scoring goals, are comfortable winners. And to be honest with you, even looking at that league table, if they were maybe just a couple points higher up, there'd be an outside chance of promotion. But I think obviously they get the point deduction there. Probably just too much with that. But if he's maybe in a couple of weeks earlier, they would definitely be right up there. I think they could go on a big winning streak.
And it's that sort of league as well. Like obviously you'll know Connor quite well, and it is the sort of league where there are a lot of really good young sides in it, but he's got a lot of good players in there, and he knows how to get them going.
Oh, definitely. He's got a lot of good experienced players as well. That's played at a decent level, and there is good teams in that league. I think he said the Fawn game. He was very, very impressed with Fawn when they played Fawn at home. A bit fortunate, he said, to win, but obviously first game in. But there will be good teams in the league. But I'm confident that he'll go on a right good run in that league, and 6 or 7 wins. I wouldn't be surprised if he can rack them up.
Do you think though, like that league, like you mentioned obviously Thorn there, they're up to third. They won 8-0 away to Easterhouse. There's a lot of sides in there who would do well in your league as well. There are sides coming up.
Oh, definitely. The 3 that's come up's got to be strong in the third division next season. Again, I don't think it really matters who comes up, because obviously it's got to be 3 good teams that are coming up, and I will definitely hold their own our league as well. I don't think there's much in between the top half of that league and our league. Probably say the same with the league above as well. The teams going up for our league, I think they'll have. You've seen that with Drogheda and Valley Clyde. They went up and really kicked on again. But it's just on the day, innit? You can even see that league. It's tight as well. Maybe down to BSC. Top 8's very tight, 20 points.
Yeah, and you've got sides like Eglinton as well. We've got a lot of games in hand. Royal Albert, I think Royal Albert could easily be, if they could easily go on like a 7-8 game winning run and be right in amongst it. St Peters, they are 3. They've cut the gap in Glenville with 3 points. They won 8-0 home to Campbelltown, and they're another good side as well. St Peters, they've had a really good start. They actually have exceeded my expectations. I wasn't sure where they'd be at the start of the season, but they've won 10 out of 13 games in the league. They've scored 44 goals. It's bad to doubt them because they've been so good.
No, definitely. They're not conceding a lot of goals either when you look at it compared to everybody else. I think 11 goals conceded, which is good going in that league, because it's a free scoring league, and if you don't concede goals, you win games of football, innit? And they've done really well. And they'll be confident of catching Glenville.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're really good. I think they could be another good side as well. Rossvale 1-3 away to Gifford. That was quite a tight kind of top of the table clash. You weren't sure what way that was going. And Rossvale gave me Josh on a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying just about how kind of different it is for where he's been in the past. But again, that is one of those games that could have went either way. But whoever took the 3 points of there will be kind of dancing home.
Oh, it's massive, isn't it? When you're playing teams run about the promotion places, when you gain the 3 points on them, it's a massive jump in it, and he'll be delighted with that result. Big result for him. Puts him in touching distance of Fawn and gets him into the promotion places if they can catch them.
Yeah, absolutely. Cumnock 2, East Kilbride 2, they were 2 sides. Cumnock in 12th place with 14 points. East Kilbride Thistle with 22 points. They're in 7th. Yeah, and they're 2 sides that will obviously be looking to go straight back up, but you would probably see East Kilbride Thistle in the better position just now for that.
Aye, definitely. I think Cumnock struggling a wee bit this season as well. I think a lot of new faces up there at Cumnock, and it's taking a wee bit of time for them to settle in. I think they've got Albert this week in the West, so a big game for them. Try to get a wee cut run, but East Kilbride's still right in there, 22 points, only 3 off of Rossvale, 4 off of Fawn. They'll fancy their chances of making that up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously been a busy weekend in the west of Scotland, and this weekend will be no different. But we do have some massive games in the Scottish Cup. Cumnock Juniors host Broomhill. Pollok go away to Brora Rangers. The 2 massive occasions for the club. We'll start with Cumnock. Home at Broomhill. They will fancy themselves Cumnock because I know Broomhill have got a lot of injuries. I don't know if they're going to have a lot of players back for then. It's a huge occasion for the club to be in the chance of being in the 4th round. They'll fancy their chances on Saturday.
Oh, definitely. A home cup tie, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
They're home at Broomhill. Obviously, Broomhill got a good result in the last round, away to Beef, but they'll fancy their chances at home. Cumnock, they've got a good crowd, and they'll all about their numbers on Saturday to try and cheer them on.
And then Pollok obviously did be a difficult away trip to Brora, but if you go up there and get a result, it could be one of those they'll think of for years. And I think it's going to be tough. I think I think that's probably the harder out of the two ties. But going to Brora, it could be a huge occasion. It's going to be a huge occasion. But if they were somehow to get through, I think that'd be huge.
Definitely. It's always tough going to be up there to play teams, and obviously Pollok are just off the back of the 2-0 win at Lithgow, so they'll be flying and they'll fancy their chances. They'll be quietly confident, but obviously Brora beat, is it Stirling? Stenhouse really beat in the last round, so they'll fancy it as well.
Yeah, but I wish both sides the best as well. We might get a wee chat with both managers hopefully before the end of the week, and we'll obviously hopefully kind of find out where they're at and how they can envision getting into this weekend. Speaking of yourselves, obviously give a big occasion in a cup tie west of Scotland on Saturday. You go to league leaders Bells Hill Athletic. Your cup form though, you must take a bit of confidence for that. Like you have done well in the cups in recent weeks and some big results.
We've done well. Obviously, these are the games you want to play in. You want the big games. Obviously, Saturday was disappointing to get beat with Cow and Beef, but at the same time, we've got a chance this Saturday to rectify that, playing top of the league Bells Hill in a cup game. Obviously, the league's the bread and butter, but we'll be going all out on Saturday to get a win, and that's the games you want to play in. Obviously, Bells Hill will get well supported this season, and hopefully it'll be the same again Saturday, and hopefully the boys can bounce back for last weekend.
And obviously, it's going to be some tough games coming up in the league as well. Just looking at your kind of ties, home ties against Glasgow United and Vale leaving before New Year, away to Girvan, away to Ardere. So there's some good league games to look forward to as well before Christmas.
Aye, definitely. That's the thing in that league. You don't really get many easy games with how competitive it is, but Glasgow United at home will be a big one, and then we've got the 2 trips down Ayrshire before Vale leaving and hanging. We're looking to try and pick up maximum points. That's where we're at. We're just looking to try and take each game as it comes. We've been pretty unfortunate with injuries where we've come in. So hopefully a few of them will start to clear up and we can really start kicking on, climbing up this table again.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, we're wishing you all the best for the season ahead, mate. It's been a pleasure to have you on, and thank you very much for joining me.
No problem at all, mate.
Top man, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.